Family them, una good morning, una good afternoon, una good evening. Me, not the CEO of Voice of Salone. As we already bring on the latest news around Sierra Leone, concerning politics and other matters them around Salone. Please, I want to make una subscribe on my YouTube channel, and we also there on Facebook Voice of Salone, also there on TikTok Voice of Salone, and also there on Instagram Voice of Salone. So all inside there, I want to also when I go there. If you want to see Voice of Salone, just tap chat say Voice of Salone, or if you go Google, you chat say Voice of Salone, and they come also. So my family, please, as I tell you now, I'm not going to subscribe and share to now friends them so that the message should go wide. So please, at the left now, okay? That's it.
When, like, then they say, some man they say, oh, democracy no can cheap. You know, some man get for die. No! Doesn't have to be. We don't have to die for democracy's sake. Say, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? But some people are going to say it's just a part of it. Because they say democracy no cheap. Some people are get for die. It doesn't have to be. Now that's what they criticize Samuel Kamara for. They say weak. Because if we don't call people and men and kill them. Because democracy now so they therefore die. This is what Bob Marley is saying. Marry Vasta small.
Undecided look. Some say it's just.
Marry Vasta salon people. Salon people. Yeah. Una this side. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. Free yourself from legal, social, and political restrictions. Free yourself. Emancipate yourself. Emancipate salon means like set free yourself. Nobody know all you ransom. It is you. You. Free yourself. Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And all we ever have. Redemption song. Electoral justice song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. The issue we get in a salon, not to their politicians, they're wicked. Naturally, now so they don't make politics in a salon. Wickedness. But it is because of our mindset. We still dance for people like Cherry Coco. We still dance for people like Kelfala Marade. Dance for Richard Conte. Dance for Joseph Fitzgerald. Dance for what's in that Ibrahim Bangura guy when say he study peace and conflict. But where not be David Francis when we study peace and conflict? You know the same PC people and they talk say David Francis left the peace now England. He go with the conflict now salon. But this guy who study peace and conflict not able to realize say for make election be held and then they not call results. They not feel say he get the propensity for able to bring conflict in their society. You know they dance for him back. Free yourself from mental slavery. Emancipate yourselves. None but ourselves can free our minds. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves. 30 days, people in the dance for people in the Kelfala Maradem. Somebody will go to commercial bank. They bail them out. This guy don't get mind talk for the bailout of Hotel Commercial Bank until they free him na the COI. Then they take a big talk, say that they bail Hotel Commercial Bank. This now the very thing where they be one of the things that where they all the APC government where they serve under to ransom for. They say they eat the money. They say they eat the money. And you see, these are some of the things that, forget about that. Now people they talk, oh, the Ministry of Finance. You now remember back in the days when they talk about say, oh, like the iron ore price, the economy they do so much well. But when the iron ore price that the world market, it dip, where it dive, where it go down, that they say the salon economy struggle back, when they call for like austerity. Salon people. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. All the one day, it show somebody when don't get in-depth knowledge, when don't get foresight. That thing there, no, for don't ever be an issue in our country. Some people and this is something why we don't talk about. Salon for don't lock them price at the time where there was boom in the iron ore price. Salon for don't lock their position. The financiers then call hedge their position. HEDGE. Don't hedge their position. Therefore, don't lock their price. This is why banks they exist. This is why. I tell you now, like the key reason for banks, like now transformation, risk transformation, maturity transformation, and also like like value transformation and all that. That's the reason why they exist. That's why banks they exist. So some people, you see, when I hear these things about saying, oh, like the deep where the iron ore price go down in the world, now we economy, like you see, that in itself, well, hopefully since I will talk about it in the future. For me, I talk about like that was never an excuse for somebody who gets idea. We know and know that should have never been an excuse. Because we forbid not lock with price of we iron ore, because now they will be heavily involved. Hedging now part of the things that, like what you be saying, like an organization heavily depend on the particular thing. Therefore, hedge their position. Hedge their position. Because the lifeline of like that organization or country depend on that thing. So it is safer and better and good for me you hedge the position, because you know if you left on like that, the risk is massive. The risk is massive. And make way when they talk about educationalists in Ibrahim way they talk about like People are way educate like so imagine Francis Benkafala, he left Salone, he said to go Harvard. Instead of like, imagine where you for the learn within the job, improve things them like they look before that you they see and say, oh, ma go Harvard, ma go take qualification. They say I studied in Harvard, I studied at MIT, na Yale, and all this nonsense, na Cambridge, na Oxford. This is waiting in the full now with. Some people when I talk, when I this creative mind about me, trust me, like there are people, just like what Ibrahim said, PhD holders, they're with us. Who saw the work? I get Oxford PhD holders then they. That's in a way reports to me. We talk junior for me, but I respect them. Respect them. But una na that mean they fool una with. Una know what to experience me. The thing the way we don't learn, like practically over the years of me work life, I don't get some. Yes, the book give me that platform for able to think wide. But na book they are in the fool now with. Una know waiting for me salon be depend on we and all. Then Kefala Mara being like the Minister of Finance, no allow say the price of iron ore affect we country to when they go to austerity. Una know what I mean? Now somebody we don't get clue, we don't get clue. They don't get clue. And to some extent, the team where we work with, where himself for not able to suggest them. I like if you don't get in-depth knowledge of it, if you don't suggest them. So what's going on here? We lifeline deep on this thing. But now they allow for me when they jump. When they dance for them. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. See, like even like there. When they jump. This now all the reason why we need for free we say. Even like I have some people and don't tell her. I don't tell them, baby, me say it's if money. Una tell and say me ain't too. That the UK and ID. If in a woman G, me can sue me because I don't defame in character say it's if money. Yeah, una tell and say me say it's if. Me can sue me. So una tell and say me say it's if because I know. Me can sue me now London na ya na they will me na ya equal rights day. Me can sue there una tell and say na so me say. Me can sue me na UK because I don't defame in character. If na lie the life now. Una tell him, say me say, in a manja, that lady, where na BNP or whatever, he use them for thief salon money. Una tell him, say, na so me say, now you can sue me na UK, na ya. You know, salon people, I was listening to Reginald Cole. You know, salon people, for una we don't know this guy. I don't know his personal life. But all I know in business life. The guy, when I make no mistake, is a millionaire. And I love what he say. People in the call and say, oh, may I go stand for president at salon? You see, this now, people away get credibility. People away understand how country they grow. He say, tell and say, no, mix me there. How me they go lead a country when they tell me about 2028, where 2023 election was flagrantly abused, rigged, and damaged. People away understand about reputation. Reginald Cole, prior to me talking to him, you know, I think there was one time where I talked about like the case where they get and all that, which is normal. People are like Donald Trump, they all be don't get any kind of similar cases than they. And in fact, recently said, you know, as a result, it's not right. It was never like a tax evasion. It was like tax avoidance, and it's a tool where your millionaires them across the world always they use. In fact, recently they changed the accounting standard for leasing, and that was the thing where they actually kind of like sue them for. But that's a normal thing for millionaires they for do. In fact, you know, Reggie and I, we spoke about it. I did tell him, like, say, look, like they've changed the standard because of like the avoidance thing where they exist. So you did not commit anything. It wasn't like you know, a criminal act to be depend. So please go and just inform your lawyer. Maybe your lawyer don't know, but they give you heads up. Say they've changed the rule now about the list, the accounting standard for leasing. Because before, like, they had this operating lease and finance lease. They've now changed it. Anyway, some people I was listening to this guy, Regina Cole, and he was talking about, I love the fact. And then for me, this is the thing. I respect people the way are principle based. We know, like, certain things, the way they affect, the real economy, like in a country. He said something. He said, we get stockpile of inventory, but we actually not understand. A country, they suffer. We get riches, wealth, in the abundance of water. Like what thing about Mali say, the fool is thirsty. With wealth, salone, country we're full of wealth. Now that country they will allow the ravage in poverty. So it is because people not get the know-how for change that country they. We've now traded salone where they see like natural resources rich country is now being labeled as a drug hub. Usai, cocaine, like now the hub for transportation around the world. A rich country. The reason being because they don't get the people we get the know-how for turn salone 2 to 4. They don't get a clue. They ain't got a clue, guys. They've got no clue how to change this country. Hence the reason why it is like this. I saw a write-up, a newspaper caption, saying that the Minister of Finance, they asked the NIA for increased revenue. Now we country, the collection of revenue. Papa God, una see. But now me, now me when I can tell you say what in talk say I get what he take for change salone in Africa. Una can face fit I can't to me. Imagine this now Minister of Finance. Now in the talk so for make somebody go fend for go squeeze water from stone. A country who say the tax base not they operate, the tax base don't be killed. Now then the talk say for make it still go squeeze water from stone. They una say then guy they get idea how for change salon. Una say no the bamba there. Una go suffer and die. Because when I hear it, I listen, I read that caption, I was like, oh my God. It goes back to one of my favorite lines. Tax is not the end. It is the means to the end. The moment you want to take tax as the end, apampum. The moment you want to take tax as the end, buddy, what I don't pass carry. I read this thing, I was like, oh my God. I hear it say Abdukagbo was born because of electricity problem. We don't see that yet. If I talk this, you say they miss some people will say, oh, now wickedness. No, because of what these guys are condoning. It's the reason why we don't go ever get proper investment in these infrastructural things where we dearly need. And some people, the actions of the, I tell you in my last audio the other day, the intangibles are the things that where they affect we so badly now we country. The things they want to see. The things that where Abdukagbo they go tell MAADA Bio say, MAADA Bio call the IG, where they invite Pope Kamara and Prince Tolly them. MAADA Bio call the IG, now in the IG, now in MAADA Bio, now in the IG drop the case. Those are the things that where they make with other proper electricity system. Those are the things. But no, to the extent even the one who they work now, ETSA, NPA, or whatever I want to call them, and it's because they know well, like trained or like they don't invest into them properly because money no they that's also patch. Now the reason we make certain and also China products that we go get. The ones that are not sustainable. They country there before they sell anything. And they go through like the regulator for check that which you can sell like it meets the standard of that particular item. I didn't say sustainable now. But trust me, like salon people, now they pass, God saving if what happen. Yes, even human mistakes them. As a result, the last fire will get no massive fire. Like they say now the thing they put now the host them. Now it cause that for many fire spread so. Like now, then they change all the host them. Then they invest all the host them back them. Then they go put the thing where for stop their fire then they salon people and for me talk about that elasticity where I talk about the last time, I be just more expand. You see, because I talk about things them where like in inelastic, where they stretch too much as a result of the change in price. Like rest, for instance. Like what give that example? Like in a raw country, they go use them for exploit the people for rip the people off. But they country there, this is the reason why they get the competition commission. For stop that they can't see the name for happen. Say, even though you get the power, you get an item where you sell, where like regardless of the price, people will still buy it. But they didn't allow you because they get the competition commission when they look into those things. But salon, the rest now because they know say rest inelastic. Regardless of how it's done, people still want them. This is the reason. Yes, it go. They make like a huge change in price. They make like the elasticity of demand can say like a huge change in price. Sometimes will cause a slight pimpany change in the demand. For instance, like if we have to cook the huge change in rice, sometimes if we have to cook 10 cup rice, we don't reduce it now to maybe 9 or 8. Because it's inelastic, they stretch too much. But some people, the drugs now indoor replace the wealth of salon. A country where get $27 billion a year, na tonkolili. Salon people, it is there. Una go do the research. Una do the research. It show una the reserve of iron ore where they gonna get na tonkolili. Then what they do when I don't see that one day, when I go check the price per ton for iron ore in the world, when I multiply them to the day, then until we say they can able mine them over 60 years. Then when I go see what they talk. 27 billion every year in Tonkolili. It's now being traded for drugs. People are making millions in that country from drugs. Salon people, because they don't get a clue, like this thing is say when the brain suffers, when the brain fail, the body suffers. Because they don't get a clue, they don't get idea how for change the country, how for enjoy the wealth, how for kind of like extract the wealth of the country. They now embark on drugs. Simple, cheap, and destructive way for them make money. It's all about themselves. It's all about themselves. But salon people, once again, thank you very much. Thank you very much for celebrating me. I felt like I be a little bit more. I want to take for feather there. I catch and for myself for make a fly because I wanted to fly because of all the lovely, lovely messages. It was amazing. It was amazing. You guys made my day. And I'm not joking. I'm not saying this lightly. It's not just one of those things that people say. You made my day. And I appreciate you. And trust me, for that reason, I'll accept I'll be the dream for stop. I am not going to stop anymore. We're in this together. And we're going to fight for this cause. It's a just cause, Salon people. Samura Kamara, look, hey, this fight, if anybody feel say like, well, make that comment about June, tell people that the international community there we get for attack. Me, Samura Kamara, if you not take them, me believe in this fight, Passam. if you not take him. I believe in this fight. Pass Samoa Kamara. If somebody there will believe in this fight, reach me. A penny one. And this one PE teacher and Edwards me they say Yambasu of Prince of Wales beats you know Mohamed Kamara will be so clear then by the torso. If anybody by the chest, if anybody did, let's say in the Edwards now we always they come first, but I think you know Prince of Wales be beat with that and I you know Mr. Cole they call that torso. In fact that name they end up for left man and torso toss. You know, he say Yambasu of Prince of Wales defeats Mohamed Kamara. I think, you know, so clear at the time, he named him like Mohamed Kamara, I think, said defeats Mohamed Kamara by the torso. If anybody there where they beats me in this fight for electoral justice, we believe in this fight of the electoral justice, not by the torso. Salone people, not believe on this fight. We cannot let democracy die like this. It's an insult to be intelligent.